I must be crazy because at this point I'm kind of convinced you have to be a little crazy to run for Congress, or you have to be corrupt or a narcissist or something like. But you have to have a little bit of crazy in you because it is so wild in Washington, D.C. what Congress has turned into. And to be perfectly honest, it feels like a mockery of like what the founders intended for Congress to be, which is really a representation of the people. I think if you went and you asked anybody, regardless of party, you just walk down the street and you ask them, does Congress feel like a representation of our country? Your average person would say absolutely not. That's why Congress has like a 12% approval rating or something like that. I mean, it's ludicrous. People like the media more than they like Congress, and people hate the media. So there's good reason for that. I mean, what we see happening in Congress looks like a circus. And, I was crazy enough to think maybe we can change that. But, more time goes on, you worry that it's just getting more circusy and less is getting done. And in terms of what propelled us to want to do good, for me, a lot of it actually goes back to what was ingrained in me in childhood, which is my family came from Cuba. My mom, came here with nothing. And Cuba was lost to communism, and the warning signs of communism were all sort of ingrained in me very young. And I saw what was happening in California. I saw that this was sort of a new form of communism, one where the state was even more dishonest. Because if you look at something like big tech, in the past, communism meant that the state would take over those companies. They would roll in, they would take it over, and it would be state-run, and everyone would know it. That was more honest than what they're doing now. What they're doing now is they're taking control of big tech, they own it, and they will not tell you the truth about it. And instead, they run this stuff surreptitiously under the radar, and Americans don't realize that the government is basically running an operation through social media and these big tech companies.